So today, I want to talk to you about the power of making a decision. Having made a decision, you step into a new awareness. You become aware of the power and potential that is inside you when you dare to think and step into something bigger than you and trust it. So, the story that I'm going to share with you happened when my son was only 3 months old. We drove all the way from London here to Belgrade, and then from Belgrade we were going to attend our friend's celebration in Montenegro, which is a further 500-kilometer drive from Belgrade to the Adriatic coast. We were going to this lovely, beautiful fjord on the Adriatic Sea called Boka Kotarska. And instantly that brought memory of a blue cave, this magical sea cave that I remember seeing as a child, where our friend took us on a boat and we visited this place full of magic blue light, filled this blue lagoon, which is a natural sea cave, with all the shimmering blue surface reflected from the water onto the blue walls of the cave. This place was completely magic, and I made the decision in my mind that I want to see the blue cave again. I was really excited about this. And all I needed was the opportunity to arise, right? So as we attended our friend's party, and the party sort of was winding down in the late afternoon, coming to an evening, everyone was resting. Some of them were taking a nap, even my little baby was asleep. And I looked at my brother and I said, "Do you remember the way to the blue cave?" And he said to me, "I'm sure we can figure it out between us." So we jump into our Jeep and we drive across this beautiful bay, and the sun is still high on the horizon, but we notice that the tide has started to come in. And we go onto this peninsula, onto this very rocky terrain. We have to climb up on top of the hill and then over to the other side. And when you reach the top, on the other side is the open sea. So Adriatic Sea, you can see as far as Italy on a clear day. Just beautiful expanse of water, calm as anything. And my brother finds the way down to the beach, and we park in the nearby woods. And as we are coming closer to the beach, now we're walking, I see this jetty with all the little rowboats, where the locals have tied their boats into this little marina. There is no village or anything around there, and pretty much at this point everybody had left. I turned around and saw these two local guys with big, huge mustaches. They were just going towards the woods, and they waved to us and they said, "We're finished for the day. You can't go in. You can't go there," they said. There being the Blue Cave, of course, because that is the main attraction of the area. I looked at my brother. My brother looked back at me. We have this way of not needing to speak words to understand what each one was thinking. And I'm thinking, does this mean the dream is over? That I will not see the Blue Cave? And as I said that, something inside me came like a wave. I said, "No way, this is not how this story ends." I found inside me this excitement and power that I never felt before in my life. So I decided to swim at that moment. I said, "I can swim. The Blue Cave is in the sea. I know this is just around the corner there. We can find it." So I jump into the water, and within split second, my brother jumps in behind me. He's probably thinking, "She's crazy. She's going to drown if I don't go save her." So here we are swimming, and we see the group of tourists approaching on this jetty, and I couldn't hear what they're talking about, but I did hear the word blue. I recognized that word. So I think they were coming up to the same conclusion and making probably the same decision as us, because as I'm swimming, I hear all of these people jumping into the water. So it's now a group of 7 of us swimming to the open sea and outside of this little bay where this beach was, trying to find this magical blue cave. And I am leading this movement. I didn't even realize that, but I knew I had to hold my breath, like quite literally. I was like, oh, what am I doing, But the excitement was bigger than me. I just knew this was worth the effort. So I carried on swimming, and as we came near to the blue cave, sure enough, we saw that the tide had risen. The entrance into the cave was just like 1 foot away from being completely under the water. I knew I had to dive in. Luckily for me, I knew that the entrance was big enough that I can make it there safely. So I take this huge, big breath, and I dive in. And I probably didn't need to dive for longer than 2 meters. That's it. Until I popped up. Heaven. Complete silence, and this luminous phosphorus blue color everywhere you can see. The water so still, blue, the walls of the cave blue. We were literally in heaven. Everyone who came with me enjoyed that moment. And that moment was the most empowering moment of my life. I knew in that moment that any decision I make, I will find the courage to follow through with it. I knew that all I needed to do is be brave enough to take that step. Just to take one step, because sometimes we think that stepping outside of this comfort zone, outside of what we know and what we accept, we think and identify this as a huge leap into the unknown. But sometimes, friends, all it takes is just a little step, or for me, a little jump into the water and a short swim, maybe 500 meter swim, and then a dive. And I was in paradise. So I had enjoyed my empowering blue cave moment, and I wanted to stop here to inspire you to find this belief inside you about you, that you also have access to your inner guidance, that when you make a biggest decision of your life, universe will be there to support you. You just have to trust it to take that step. Literally, that's all it takes. It's the first step. And once you're on your way, don't look back. Just keep going forward. I hope you've enjoyed the story, and I will see you tomorrow.